Welcome back to Eat the Canvas, where it is my goal to inspire you to grow more of what you eat. I know it's been a while, y'all, but here's the garden tour. Let's get to it. So the goal here is to slowly create a mini food forest situation in my front yard, and I'm trying to do it step by step. All right, y'all, so I will start off first with the papaya tree we have going on here. As y'all remember, I started this from seed from a papaya that I bought from the store, put it in dirt and grew up well. The leaves of this can be consumed, the seeds moderately, and the fruit itself. This is beautiful. And right next to it, we have our purple sugar cane that's been doing well, developing down here. I mean, it looks pretty dry, these, I almost thought it was dying for a minute, but it's looking good down there. And we're gonna bring it around to the pigeon pea tree that I have growing. I'm looking forward to this producing. I think it might produce maybe by the end of this year, beginning of next year. Right here, we have our moringa. This is growing nicely as well. And then right over here, cranberry hibiscus has grown a lot since we first started it. Leaves have a tartness like cranberry, so I see where it gets its name. Right over here, this is our dwarf ever-bearing mulberry tree. It is producing mulberries, but they're kind of on the smaller side of what it can produce. I think the tree itself is still seeking to get a little bit more established in the roots. So I'm just gonna leave these here, continue to let it do its thing. Then right down here, I see a lemon tree coming up from some coffee grounds I put there. There were some lemons with the seeds in it in the coffee grounds that I collected from a coffee shop. So I'm gonna let that do its thing. Got turmeric down here as well. Another one back there. And then another one right here also. And if you all remember, through these little cracks and crevices here, I had planted black-eyed peas, which I already harvested. And I replaced them with zipper peas, cream pea. So I'm looking forward to harvesting that. I think it should grow just as well as the black-eyed peas did. So looking forward to that. Actually, I'm showing you this, but I don't know what this is. Actually, this might be a black-eyed pea that I cut from the stem all the way to the ground, and it's kind of growing back. So let's see what that does. Got our pineapples right here, Elite Gold, Florida Special, and White Jade. Bringing it further back, we have our Katuk, Tropical Green. You can eat the leaves, these little flower buds underneath, as well as the pods they create. And this right here is our Black Mission Fig. That started from cutting from the main Black Mission Fig tree. Stuck this in the ground, and it's been growing well. It looks very healthy. And pulling away from the Black Mission Fig, going right next to it, this is our cassava. It's growing pretty nicely. The one that's grown in full sun for majority of the day looks a lot more lush than this though. Bananas right next to it. There's always one producing, always. Down here, garlic I put here. I'm just seeing what it does, y'all. It doesn't really do well in the heat, so just seeing. Another lemon tree that came up from some coffee grounds I got from a coffee shop. Sweet potatoes, little compost pile situation. There's a papaya coming up over there. More sweet potatoes I see popping up as well. Carrots still doing their thing. I'm gonna let those go to seed. As you can see, we have another cassava. This one, it's in the shade, so it ain't doing too well, but we'll actually know when we pull the roots up a little later. So I'll do a video about that. Right here, we have our longevity spinach. There's always peanuts popping up everywhere, ever since I planted it more than a year ago. We got some turmeric here. And this little thing right here is a Aztec sweet herb cutting. I just stuck a stem in the ground, and that's been coming up nicely. We have our comfrey, more sweet potatoes, and yellow yam that I got from the store, and put it in the ground, and there it is. Over here, black pepper vine. I don't think it's doing too hot, but I'll leave it there. We'll see what happens. Cuban oregano consistently growing and spreading itself a little too much. This was a blueberry plant. I think it's sunshine blue or blue sunshine blueberry. I was going for like 10 days and it wasn't fully established in the roots yet. Pretty much died out. But the one that's coming up next looks a little better than that one. I'm just gonna leave it there and whatever. Got some more turmeric growing up here. Another one, the stem there. More peanuts constantly growing. Now right here, we have an herb called Mujin tea, also known as Nishia. We have our stevia, very sweet taste to it. Here's the main Aztec sweet herb. I showed you the small one that I stuck the stem in the ground. It's starting to grow. Over here is our Dominican oregano. And then more sweet potatoes and all that stuff. Right here is the other blueberry plant. A good chunk of it, you know, died out. But a lot more of it survived, which is great. I see a little bit of new growth popping up, so I'll just make sure I care for this one and not leave for 10 days again until it's established. I'm constantly planting beans everywhere just to get the biology under the ground and the soil a little bit more diversified. Here is one of the bigger peanut plants. I haven't planted these in a while, y'all. They just keep growing up, so I'm letting them do their thing. This is a red flameless grapevine. I had a bigger one a while ago. It just wasn't in the most ideal spot. So I cut a lot of stems up, put them in the ground. Put them in a pot for a long time. A lot of them died. I was neglecting it. And I was like, you know what? Let me not let this whole thing just die out. Let me put this in the ground somewhere. So I put it here and see some new growth coming in, which is great. Rosemary doing well. This is our Roselle hibiscus, where they use the calyxes to make tea. So I'm looking forward to that when those come. Moringa tree. I cut this pretty often. It grows back in abundance every single time. So I'll have to cut it back again soon. Avocado that we started from seed about 2.5 years ago. It's amazing seeing these things grow. I had a picture of this in my apartment when it just sprouted from the seed of the avocado that we bought at the store. And to look at it now, the stem is getting woody, which is great. So I'm looking forward to that. More bananas, of course, always. Sugarcane, the red and yellow striped sugarcane. This looks to be doing the least best out of the 3 varieties I have. This does not look cute, but it's still growing, so I'm gonna let it do its thing. All right, it's a little hot right now, so this isn't looking the cutest, but this is a cutting that I took from the cranberry hibiscus plant. It's been doing well, so just stuck it right in the ground and it's growing. We got more turmerics coming up here, ginger here, and I spotted a little basil coming up amid some of these weeds around here. So this is more of what I want right here, things just sprouting up. That's the forest feel that I'm looking for. All right, I got rid of a lot of my potted plants for now. This right here though is culantro. This came from my mother-in-law's nurse, who saw that I had a garden. She made sure she brought some seeds over. She dropped it in this pot, and they're growing here. Pretty similar taste to cilantro, just slightly different. Right here, pomegranate. For those of y'all who are following me for a while, I started 2 pomegranates. They grew about 2 feet tall and then pretty much just died out. So I was going through my seeds, realized I had some more, and before they just became not usable, I just put them in the ground or put them in this pot. They're growing, so probably put it in the dirt soon and take better care of it. This came from one of the best mangoes that I've probably ever tasted. Don't know the variety, but I was helping out this food forest situation. Neighbors behind it gave us some mangoes, and that thing was delicious. So looking forward to that growing. Now over here is the main black mission fig tree. The one I showed you was the cutting from this one right here. It's constantly producing, finally, a lot of little ones. Probably harvested about 15 figs from this so far. So I'm looking forward to more coming. All right, and we are slowly coming to the end. We got more pineapples in the ground here. This right here is a star fruit I planted for pretty much the same time I started the avocado seed in our apartment. I started this one as well. It only produced one star fruit sometime last year. Wasn't the ripest though. So I'm gonna leave this here and see what happens this season. And if we actually get some star fruits this time, I'm probably gonna leave it here. And if not, then I'm probably gonna chop this down and transition it to another tree that I know will do well here. So looking forward to seeing what happens. Now back here is our medjool date palm that we started from a date that I got from the store with the seed in it. It is growing finally nicely, where I can actually see some observative growth. This is the red sugar cane right in front of it. Looking the best out of the 3 varieties so far. Got a nice formation going on here, so I don't know, this one might be done maybe by the end of this year. So it's my first time growing sugarcane in general, so it looks good to my eye thus far. Cucumber plant, I realized I haven't been growing them in a while, but it's been pretty dry over here, so those don't look too hot. Make sure I take some care of those. More pineapple, beans scattered throughout. More red sugarcane. This right here, blue spur flower, also known as the toilet paper plant, has a nice velvety, strong feel to it. This is that real Charmin right here, y'all. Even has a lemony mint aroma to it, which is pretty cool. Now here is our biggest cassava in the full sun majority of the day. It's a lot bigger than the other two, a lot bigger. Bringing it over here, realized I hadn't done pumpkins or winter squashes in a while, so I put some Seminole pumpkins here. It looks a lot better in the morning or when there's no direct sunlight. A little droopy right now, but it's doing well, so looking forward to that. Right here is our Barbados cherry. This has had evident growth thus far. It's flowering, might not fruit yet, it's a little small still, so maybe next year we'll be producing a lot more. See a lot more buds coming in here. And this is a weak looking what's that thing called? Pigeon pea tree. Looks a little sad right now. It's in the sun, don't take care of it, but should be growing well soon. All right, y'all, so this is the whole food forwards vibe that I'm trying to create here. As much diversity as possible. That's interacting with each other. The roots are interacting with each other. The biology under the ground is increasing because of all of the different roots from the different plants. It's a beautiful system and how it all operates. In addition to that, you get the fruits of what you grow, the beans of what you grow. So I'm looking forward to this as well too. This is life for the future, y'all. From the moringa tree, more moringa pods here to plant. This is life for the future. This is what I love here, as much diversity as possible. So I'm looking forward to this food forwards growing. I thank you for your time. And this is the canvas. Remember to grow more of what you eat.